Good morning from a bright and sunny Southampton. It's just after 8 o'clock. I've been up, it was quite early this morning because Reg wanted to go out before dawn, and so I've been up a while. I thought, well, I strike while the iron's hot. It's early, but so bear with me. I'm dedicating this video to Keith, Basingstoke Pipeline. Is that your handle, Keith? Anyway, to Keith, Uncle Keith, because I was diligent in replying to all my comments, and then when I got around, Keith left, as always, a lovely comment, and I've been trying to reply to it, but I can't see it. It was, I went to the video of it, and to actually write. I was going to say Facebook, YouTube. What can you do? It's a strange and weird thing. So this video is in lieu of a reply for Keith. Reg is I can't. And here's another thing that happened, technology-wise. I a while ago, and I have to say the frustration of these things leaves you not. And I think maybe one of the reasons I haven't made a videos for a while was this as well. I put some, I can't remember exactly what the software was. It was some thing from Windows anyway. So then he said, would you like to update your software? I said, well, yeah, that would be good. And then I went to do a video and went to my editing thing, which is the just the Windows one. I can't remember what it's called, media edit, something like, Windows. Oh, anyway. So I go to the thing and you try and do a video, because what I always like to do and always liked to do was do my little pipe video. I'd have a little picture with a title on it, and then the video, and then at the end always a little bit of video of our dear friend Reg. But anyway, I couldn't do that anymore. So obviously, and you will have noticed that what I do is I copy the file from the camera to the computer and upload it through YouTube with no Reg, and that's it. So it's rather disappointing. So anyway, I'll just quickly. I don't like to do this. There's Reg, who has mucked up the sofa for the second time today. We went down before dawn, pitch black. I always keep a little bit of this. Some of you might find this appalling. I always load a big pipe last thing at night with a whatever comes to hand, and I don't smoke it all, and I do that on purpose. And then I do rather like, it was my first smoke of the day, last night's pipe. I don't know whether that's similar to going out for a few light ales, ordering a pizza and eating the two cold soggy bits of pizza for breakfast. Maybe it is, but that's what I do. So anyway, I've got this big it's rather silly actually. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm a Star Trek fan, not a Star Wars fan at all. But anyway, I bought, in a fit of pique, I bought a Jedi, but dressing gown. Oh dear. These things happen when you pass the midpoint of 40. You start doing silly things that perhaps would be better placed when you were about 14. But anyway, so I bought this anyway. So I'm out there with Reg, and I got back in, and I thought, well, I'm not going to feed him now. Anyway, so he came back in and was looking at me as if to say, the usual routine here is that you get my breakfast. And when he didn't, he proceeded to run up and down the sofa, spinning round, which he likes to do, cushions flying everywhere. And then he got between the sort of cover I have. Well, I don't know why I put them on, to be honest with you, because what he does is he goes between the cover, scrapes the one that protects the cushions off the cushions, and then sort of has a little tent, which you've just seen. So anyway, he did that, and then I went down, got his food, fixed it, And then he did it again after he'd eaten. So I thought, well, boo to you. Anyway, so smoking the old Dunhill Ruby Bark with a touch of what do they call it, rich dark flake. I bought 100 grams this week of that. I rather like it. It's a very pleasant tobacco. An aromatic flake. It's medium to strong. There's quite a lot of deliberation as to whether it's just Stonehaven by another name. Bruno, I know, thinks not, and has pointed out a number of very slight differences, but differences nevertheless. To be honest with you, the dear pipe pastor, Padre, he sent me some Stonehaven, a very generous amount of Stonehaven, but that's the only time I've ever smoked it. So to be honest with you, the sense impression, is that the right one? It left was not enough in quantity, so to speak, as to make a accurate comparison of the two. However, rich dark flake is very nice, eminently smokable, and something I wouldn't mind. If that was the only one left in the world, I would be happy. To be honest with you, I think if Armageddon comes tomorrow, and the only back I could get was Condor or Long Cut, I'd be okay. But I think what I find is that the more I'd smoked a lot of Condor, and it starts to lose its appeal. So I'm of the view that you should really, and I think that is one held by pipe smokers anyway, that you should kind of rotate your tobaccos as much as possible to keep the palate fresh and alive, and avoid the dreadful jadedness that can be experienced with smoking one thing all the time. However, my grandfather, he smoked Eremore all the time. He would occasionally buy a tin of tobacco as a sort of treat at Christmas and things like that. But his every day in the pouch was Eremore, and funnily enough, Clive, who you'd think was a man who smoked lots of different things. I'm sure he tries them from time to time, but he every day it's the old special blend for Clive. And he always kind of encouraged me in that direction, I have to say, and was always quite surprised I hadn't tried to create my own blend to smoke on a daily basis, which I think some of the older smokers do, that come to a shop. So what else? I bought some dark flake, not to be, certainly not to be confused with rich dark flake. Dark flake's a Garth and Hogarth tobacco. It's very strong. I got the unscented version, which, funnily enough, I was smoking a bowl last night, and it somewhat reminded me, I don't know whether you've ever smoked French cigarettes, Gauloises, Gitane, and so on. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit, in a nice way. I was sitting puffing away gently, and thought to myself, that's rather pleasant, it's rather like a French cigarette. I used to smoke cigarettes all the time, and I always liked the French cigarettes, I have to say. I used to smoke, if I smoked them, I used to smoke either Gaulois tipless or Gitane, without a filter. They were very nice. But you can't get them now, of course. I smoke cigarettes occasionally. Doesn't make any difference to me. It's all tobacco, isn't it? But unfortunately, just not the variety of cigarettes. You may, I'm obviously going to have to talk about this, you may or may not have noticed I'm wearing a sort of a smoking outfit of sorts. I bought a what they call a New York smoking jacket, which is one that ties at the waist. Actually, funnily enough, that very same, it arrived rather late in the evening. The chap apologised. It was bought from a courier sort of thing. Right about 8 o'clock, he knocked at the door, and you just don't answer the door. Who the hell's that come to? Because at 8 o'clock in the evening, it's going to be. You wonder. Well, I'm not. No, I don't think it's going to be some sort of intruder. They'd be making a mistake because I'd probably tear them a new. And I thought to myself, who the hell's that? And he knocked again. I thought, oh God! So I went down. I thought it was, anyway, I went down. He was the chap. So it arrived. It's blue velvet with a kind of padded in a lovely sort of lined. It's a very nice jacket. Nice deep pockets for pipe and bits and pieces, tampers and what have you. The funny thing is the sort of padded collar and whatnot has the same padding inside the old smoking cap, which was rather nice. The smoking cap's black velvet from Lock & Co in St James in London. But the jackets, they do a variety of them. Some they do a silk one, a wool one. And obviously a number of velvet ones, but you can get them on eBay, brand new with tags and everything, and they're very well made. I had a good look over it, and I'm very pleased. There's a lovely little sort of bit of piping on the corners, and of course taking the advice of an energy minister in this country recently after the 10% plus hikes in the energy bill, he suggested wearing a jumper. I'd suggest. Wearing a smoking jacket. I'm wearing mine. I've taken the belt off. Its buttons on the kind of, it's a velvet sort of belt thing. I'm wearing mine with a knitted waistcoat, and I've got a number of these. This one's by Viola, it's a gold one, and a little cravat, which means not only do you look good when you're smoking, you save money on your heating. It's a win-win situation. So anyway, dedicated this one to Uncle Keith, and I hope he's not chilly in Basingstoke. Hopefully, might be having a. Oh, by the way, Uncle Keith, before I opened up the Dunbar, and so I'll be sending you a little sample out this week. I'll try and catch up with you on the Skype. To be honest with you, I'm not well, as people know, not in the best of health, and I had a kind of rotten week this week. I was going to try and catch up with you then, and I'm on quite a lot of pain medication, and to be honest with you, when some of the stuff I'm on, it's difficult to be coherent at times. So I apologise, but I will catch up with you on the Skype, I promise. So anyway, Dunhill Ruby Bark, Rich Dark Flake, using my lovely Milverton 68 tamper, made for me by the lovely human being. Really is Giacomo, lovely chap. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience and your time to come and watch my video. Thank you very much.